Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Former WWE manager Dutch Mantell recently spoke about Roman Reigns featuring in the closing segment of SmackDown. The show ended with an angle featuring the star sitting backstage. After a beating at the hands of the Bloodline, a bruised and battered Roman tried to call Paul Heyman on his phone backstage. However, the number was not in service, and the original tribal chief couldn't get through to Heyman. This week on Sportskeeda Wrestling Smack Talk, Mantell explained that it was a great way to end the show. He pointed out that the fans would be left thinking about how Roman Reigns would talk to his wiseman. The former WWE manager joked that he might even call Paul himself just to check if he did, in fact, disconnect his number. That was a great finish. It really was. It leaves you, I'm glad they had this following the main event because it left on a high note. Now you got something to look forward to. Wait a minute, did he disconnect his number? Where is he? Now people are thinking about that. I was thinking about it myself. I may even call Paul myself tonight to see if he's there. 1 hour 9 minutes and 10 seconds onwards, with Survivor Series just around the corner, Roman Reigns and his team are one man short for the War Games match. It will be interesting to see if Roman can connect with his wiseman in time before Survivor Series. Roman Reigns, the reigning tribal chief and one of the most dominant forces in WWE history, took the SmackDown stage last Friday in a segment that left fans buzzing. This appearance was one of his rare returns following his extended break after SummerSlam, and it had all the hallmarks of a classic Reigns moment: power, intrigue, and the sense that something seismic is about to happen. According to an ex-WWE manager who spoke exclusively to Pro Wrestling Insider, the segment could be laying the groundwork for major changes in the SmackDown landscape. Here's a detailed look at the events, their implications, and what this might mean for Reigns' reign and the future of WWE. The SmackDown segment, a tribal power play. The segment began with Paul Heyman walking out to the ring, visibly nervous. Clutching the mic, Heyman declared that the tribal chief had something unprecedented to share with the WWE Universe. As Roman's music hit, the crowd erupted into cheers and boos, the unmistakable sound of polarizing greatness. Flanked by Solo Sikoa and Jimmy USO, Reigns exuded his signature calm intensity. Once in the ring, he dismissed Heyman with a subtle gesture, taking the microphone himself. His words were cryptic but compelling, and GT, this isn't about blood. It's about loyalty. And loyalty has a price. Reigns' comments immediately drew speculation. Was he signaling trouble within the bloodline? Or was he addressing an external force threatening his dominance? Before the crowd could digest his words, Reigns dropped another bombshell. A new bloodline member? As Reigns continued, he teased the introduction of a new member to the bloodline. He didn't name names, but described the individual as someone unbreakable, undeniable, and worthy of the island's top table. Fans and analysts alike have been speculating wildly about who this could be. Is it a debuting star? A returning legend? Or perhaps someone completely unexpected, like an ally from his past? The ex-WWE manager weighed in on the possibility of this new addition, stating, "And GT, Roman doesn't just say things for the sake of saying them. If he's teasing a new member, you better believe it's someone who can add something significant to the group. Maybe it's a powerhouse to reinforce the bloodline's dominance, or maybe it's a wild card to shake things up." Either way, the WWE Universe will be talking about this for weeks. The Solo Sikoa factor. One of the most intriguing aspects of the segment was Solo Sikoa's body language. As Reigns spoke about loyalty and hinted at a new addition, Solo stood stoically, but a flicker of doubt crossed his face when Reigns mentioned the price of loyalty. This subtle moment wasn't lost on fans, who took to social media to discuss whether cracks are beginning to form between Solo and the tribal chief. The ex-WWE manager also commented on this, and GT, Solo has been the silent enforcer, but every enforcer eventually has to make a choice. Do they stay loyal, or do they carve their own path? Roman's words about loyalty might be foreshadowing a split, and if that happens, it could set up one of the biggest matches in WWE history. The prospect of Solo turning on Reigns, or vice versa, is a tantalizing one. Solo has been a key player in the Bloodline's recent storylines, and a betrayal would send shockwaves through the WWE universe. The Jimmy Uso dilemma. While Solo's loyalty appeared to waver, Jimmy Uso's was much clearer, but not in the way fans expected. Throughout the segment, Jimmy seemed overly confident, even smug, as though he knew something the audience didn't. Some fans speculated that Jimmy might already be working on a plan to overthrow Roman, perhaps aligning with his estranged twin brother, Jey Uso. The ex-WWE manager added fuel to this theory, and Jimmy's attitude isn't arrogance, it's strategy. He's playing the long game. Don't forget, Jimmy's betrayal of Jey was never fully explained. That ambiguity is key, and WWE loves to capitalize on unfinished business. Jimmy could very well be setting up Roman for a fall. If Jimmy is indeed scheming, it could lead to a dramatic reunion with Jey, one that pits the brothers against Roman and his new ally. The fans react, wild speculations and theories. As soon as the segment ended, social media exploded with theories. Here are some of the most popular ones. 1. A returning superstar. Many fans believe the new Bloodline member could be Jacob Fatu, Roman's real-life cousin and an MLW standout. Jacob's inclusion would bring a fresh dynamic to the group, especially with his menacing presence and incredible athleticism. 2. The Rock's involvement. Some fans are clinging to the hope that The Rock will return to WWE either as the new member or as a rival to the Bloodline. Reigns' cryptic comments about loyalty have been interpreted as a jab at The Rock, who has yet to step into the Tribal Chief's world. 3. A power struggle within the Bloodline. Others believe the segment is setting up a civil war within the Bloodline, with Solo and Jimmy teaming up against Roman and his potential new ally. 4. Paul Heyman's betrayal. A smaller but vocal group of fans speculated that Heyman's nervous demeanor could indicate his loyalty is shifting. Could Heyman align himself with a new faction to dethrone Roman? What's next for Roman Reigns? The ex-WWE manager believes this segment marks the beginning of a new chapter for Roman Reigns, and possibly the end of his dominance. And Roman's been at the top for years, but every king eventually faces a rebellion. Whether it's from within the Bloodline or outside forces, Roman's reign is being challenged. The question is whether he can adapt or if we're about to witness the fall of the Tribal Chief. With Survivor Series just around the corner, fans are eager to see how this storyline unfolds. Will Roman solidify his rule with a new ally, or will internal strife tear the Bloodline apart? And what role will SmackDown's rising stars play in this drama? Conclusion: the Tribal Chief's legacy in jeopardy. Roman Reigns' SmackDown segment was a masterclass in storytelling, sparking countless theories and leaving fans hungry for more. Whether it's a new member joining the Bloodline, an internal betrayal, or the arrival of a long-awaited rival, one thing is clear: Roman Reigns is at the center of WWE's most compelling narrative. As the ex-WWE manager aptly put it, and Roman Reigns isn't just the Tribal Chief, he's the story. And as long as he's telling it, the fans will keep watching. The stage is set for an unforgettable chapter in WWE history. Will the Tribal Chief cement his legacy, or will the cracks in his empire lead to his downfall? Only time, and the next SmackDown, will tell.